Coming up on SUTV News, we will be telling you about what is happening on campus.
And more about Cedar City. Stay tuned.
Here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do. And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Lily Brunson.
And I'm Bryson Olson. Last week, students were able to hear from their student leaders and representatives. SUSA's monthly town hall event gave an insight to what SUU's student government has been up to. We go to our reporter, Brooklyn Monson, for more.
SUU Student Association informs and listens to students at their monthly town hall meetings. There is an open mic there for student concerns.
Town Hall is an event where we come to you as the student government to kind of let you know what we've been working on for the past month and what's upcoming in the next month. So it's a great place to be informed, to come meet the individual executive council members, and just know what's going on around campus.
Okay, so the Senate has been working on some really awesome things.
Common topics that are discussed at these SUSA town halls are recent bills passed by our student senate, architectural changes being made on campus, and meetings being held to help students. In order to entice students to come, there's food served at each event. This time, it was pretzels.
At the town hall, I talked a little bit about how the legislation that was passed this past session affects our campus a little bit. I tried to answer some of the questions and give some reassurance as to what the effects might be. And then I also talked a little bit about the events that my council has been doing, as well as the upcoming events that we have.
SUSA town halls are put on monthly by the student government here in SUSA, just for students to be able to get their questions answered and find out what is happening on campus. For SUTV News, I'm Brooklyn Monson.
About a month ago, the Southern Utah University Student Association and the Student Involvement and Leadership Office held a community conversation to discuss House Bills 261 and 257, recent pieces of legislation that will affect inclusion efforts on campus. Many students expressed distress over these changes and shared worries regarding their future safety and security. Faculty also attended the event, offering support and sharing alternate resources available to students. Ariana Marroquin, SUSA's Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, helped organize this event so that students could hear from their peers and discuss the future of diversity efforts on campus. Hector Cedillo-Tejas is the president of the LSA and a member of the DEI Council. He shared his own feelings about the bill during the conversation.
I think the goal tonight was just kind of to allow students to cry, to feel, to express any frustration, confusion, or anger that they felt toward the bill. Because, I mean, we had a couple students just come out today, like they've just been spending the time in the room reading the news and not knowing anybody else to go to or to talk to about it. And so I think this was this environment to allow people to actually grieve, to feel a sense of community, and to hopefully get some change and some hope and courage out of all of this.
SUTV recently gave the opportunity to Wonderpath to come into the studio to learn about news production. Wonderpath is a group made up of homeschool students and parents who gain knowledge through new experiences. The group had the opportunity to try out all different aspects of news production, from camera work to technical directing. Students in the TV practicum also had the opportunity to share their knowledge with the kids, assisting in many aspects of the day. An educational experience for everyone involved, SUTV hopes to welcome Wonderpath back again soon.
As the SUU film program has gained more traction this last year, Cedar City begins to reestablish itself as a gateway to the movie industry in Utah. Our reporter Bryson Olson has more on the recent commemoration event on filmmaking in Utah.
The Cedar City Tourism Office partnered with the Utah Film Commission on February 3rd to kickstart the commemoration of 100 years of filmmaking in Utah. The event featured a film titled Finding Deadwood Coach, written by Professor John Smith and produced by the SUU Advanced Video Production class. Along with Finding Deadwood Coach, several films created in a 48-hour film competition from the weekend prior were also featured at the event. The competition allowed new and upcoming filmmakers to hone their creativity and technical skills in filmmaking. As film becomes more prevalent in Utah, directors like Reese Kaiser are excited to see the progress of the industry.
It means that I think that we could really bring film to Utah. Right now, the film industry is decentralizing away from California. I think it'd be really cool if we can actually get people to come to Utah, and I know the Utah Film Commission's doing it. They're trying to pave the way for future filmmakers. So I think that people should just start getting more involved in the film community.
The Utah Film Commission features an exhibit on the 4th floor of the state capitol, along with a traveling exhibit to celebrate the 100th anniversary. If you would like to learn more about filmmaking in Utah, you can also visit film.utah.gov. That's film.utah.gov. For SUTV News, I'm Bryson Olson. SU has experienced a major growth in the over the last few years, including those of minority cultures. With diversity increasing in the student body, one club gets ready to show off their vibrant culture. The Pacific Islander Student Association is holding their annual showcase next week from March 14th to the 16th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Titled Tribute to the Island, this showcase gives guests a chance to learn about the rich heritage of Polynesian culture.
I feel like it's important to educate people on the culture, just so they know that, we are loving people that love to just embrace our culture and to help others to feel that love, that we have for each other. So.
During the event, several dances, traditions, and values will be shown to better understand the history of the Pacific Islands.
There's a lot of people that have not been exposed to Polynesian culture, and so it's just, again, a super cool opportunity to bring that to people. I think most people's knowledge is the haka online or something, a haka, and that's part of the culture, but not all of the culture, so it's cool to kind of bring a whole bunch of different things to other people.
With a large population of Pacific Islanders located in Utah, the club stresses the importance of connecting back with their ancestors and learning from their history.
Our culture is very important to us. Any Polynesian you meet is very proud of where they come from. They're very proud of, their heritage. It's important for us to continue to, I don't know if the word is perpetuate, but to continue to remember those things that we're proud of. There's a lot of kids in our show that grew up in Utah, grew up in places where they weren't necessarily a part of the Polynesian culture fully, all the way in, but things like this give them an opportunity to learn more about it, and so it helps us to remember our heritage, our culture, where we come from.
The showcase will take place in the Student Center Theater, and all are welcome. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm Bryson Olson.
In spring 2024, the three hosts of Thunder 91's morning radio show, The Morning Brew, are celebrating a whole year of working the show together. Christina Schweiss, Aiden Mortensen, and Cormac Bone have changed how they ran the show from when they first started in the spring of 2023. This year, each weekday has its own special mini-game like Would You Rather Wednesday or Tangent Tuesday. Aiden and Christina will be graduating at the end of this year, so stay tuned to hear who hosts next. You can listen into the show every weekday from 7 to 8 in the morning on Thunder 91.1 FM.
Stay tuned for more on what's going on in the outdoors here on SUTV News.
We'll be right back.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down.
It doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl?
Oh,
you cool?
You bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them.
Go on, Kelly. Seize the awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to SUTV News. Many parts of the country have gotten unusual weather this past winter. Reporter John Smith tells about a very unusual sight in the California desert.
Typically, visitors to Death Valley National Park come to see the hottest spot on the planet. They come to see the interesting rocks and the desert wildflowers. They come to see one of the driest places on Earth. But for the past few months, many have come for a different reason. They've come to see a lake that only shows up every 25 to 100 years.
An amazing sight. You never would have expected that. I used to come to the desert in California and it was always so hot and dry. This is just, it's a miracle.
This miracle came about from hurricane rains last November. While the lake filled, nobody could get here because most of the park's roads were damaged by flooding. Now the roads are fixed and the tourists have come.
It's just crazy that this is one of the driest places in the world, and now there's a lake that you can effectively boat on. I walked out there this morning and I had my tripod set up and it was gorgeous. It was calm. You could see the reflections of the mountains in the water, the pink clouds. It was absolutely beautiful.
The lake is about 2 feet deep, 6 miles long and 2 miles across. There's a sign on the valley wall showing the lake to be over 200 feet below sea level. Salt crystals float on the water surface.
The intent was to drive seven hours, camp here at night, and then come over here during the day, and then drive home tonight. So it's a very specific trip with the intent to solely do the once-in-a-lifetime kayaking.
Park officials estimate the lake will be here for another couple of months and people can continue to wade in from the boardwalk. But later, after SUTV shot this video, the park closed the lake to boating because of the damage to the mudflats from people walking on the mud with their boats to get to the water.
It's incredible, truly incredible.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome to see.
For a brief period, some boaters got to experience a once-in-a-lifetime event, boating in Death Valley. For SUTV News, I'm John Smith.
Spending time outdoors is difficult in the winter, especially when snow and ice cover popular recreation trails. The Cedar Canyon Trail is one of the many paved trails in Cedar City. The 2.7-mile trail begins at Cedar Canyon Park and follows Coal Creek alongside the Canyon Road. Taking just about an hour to complete, this is a popular trail for people looking to get outside in the winter. Cedar City helps to maintain these trails year-round to keep them dog, bike, and wheelchair friendly.
During this cold season, there are fewer places to be outdoors. For a place with the right temperature and plenty of room to move around, Quail Creek State Park is a great choice. Quail Creek State Park is located in Hurricane, about 10 minutes from St. George. The temperatures are perfect for families or friends to go relax. A lot of people who live in Cedar City choose this place for fishing. Not only that, but the park also opens up a water park in the summer where kayaks are available for rent. Inflatable platforms are set up on the water during the summer for an adventurous experience. This is a rare experience during this season where you can get activities.
During the winter season, because we're from Cedar City, so when it's cold, you can't really go to the lakes up there as much. So down here, it's nicer because it stays pretty warm down here. So.
As the weather warms up, more students are looking for outdoor activities. Our reporter William Heaton has more.
The Southern Utah University Outdoor Center is encouraging students to plan their next outdoor adventure. Inside you'll find helpful reference guides on worthwhile travel locations and rentable supplies.
SU Outdoors is essentially a social hub where we have all sorts of activities like trips and our local LEAP events. We also do a bunch of gear rentals. Basically everything that you see in this shop is rentable. All the stuff behind me is to buy. Basically just want to get SU students outdoors.
In addition to supplying student trips, the center also arranges events for the student community.
We have all of our events listed and scheduled out. On one of the monitors we'll have our trips. Those are the ones that go outside of Cedar City, and they're more like our bigger trips. Some are free, some cost, depends on the trip. But there's like hiking and camping and river rafting and some other fun bigger bigger trips. And then on the other monitor, we have our local events that are like a 30-minute drive.
With trips near and far and supplies to assist in any outdoor activities, the SUU Outdoor Center encourages students to stop by and map out their next adventure. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm William Heaton.
Coming up on SUTV, we've got the weather. Stay tuned.
For too many people, this can be the gateway to opioid addiction.
My son was in pain. He needed something after surgery.
I was prescribed opioids. I didn't realize the risk.
Our family was changed forever by opioids.
Meet 3 everyday Americans whose lives were devastated by opioid addiction.
Everyone says it can't happen to me.
It can't happen to me.
It can't happen to me.
Tell that to my son.
Tell that to the 3 million people who become long-term opioid users every year after surgery. The truth is, we didn't know we had options other than opioids after surgery, but now we do.
I never thought addiction would be part of my life story, but it is.
Visit planagainstpain.com/gateway to hear their full stories and learn about non-opioid options for managing pain after surgery.
Welcome back to SUTV Weather. I'm Christina Schweiss, and today is Pi Day, so happy Pi Day. 3.14-159-26535. I love pie. Go to some bakery. I'm sure you'll have pie. Shout out to Warehouse. If you like Warehouse, go check out their Pi Day deal. If you know, you know. Now the weather forecast. Thursday, today, it is partly cloudy with the high of 42 and a low of 23. And then Friday and Saturday, it's pretty rainy. It's pretty wet. So it's going to be cloudy. Friday is going to have a 35% chance of rain, and Saturday is going to have a 40% chance of rain. And then continuing on to Sunday, it will just be cloudy, the high 49, the low 30. Monday and Tuesday, partly cloudy both of those days, and also Wednesday, and the highs are in the top of the 50s. So stay warm, stay bundled, stay dry, most importantly. And of course, here's the radar. As you can see right here, we have some moisture in the air. So again, stay dry. Hopefully we don't have some freak snow like we did yesterday, because that was god awful when I woke up this morning. It saw snow on the ground. Are you kidding me? That's insane. No one wants that. And now, things to do again on cloudy days. Take a walk. While the sun is away, take a stroll. Take a hot girl walk while it's cool outside. Number 2, watch a movie. Go to the theater and see what's new or stream something that piques your interest. Of course, number 3, cloudy weather is the perfect time to read or learn something new. I personally love to crochet, so learn something new. And then of course, dream about sunny days. With spring in the air, we are almost to summertime and good vibes. I love the summer. I love being tan. I love looking like a golden goddess, okay? And speaking of dreaming, we have a new segment on SUTV Weather, and that is It's Raining Men. So our man of the week is Mr. Pedro Pascal, the love of my life. If he ever wanted me, he could have me. That's what I'm going to say there. So if you have anyone you want to nominate for the man of the week when it's raining men, hit me up on Instagram, Christina_Schweiss. It's a great time. And then, of course, remember to smile at someone today. Love yourself, love others, and have a great time. And let's head it back to the desk.
Thank you, Christina.
That
Awesome
snow
job.
was really crazy.
Crazy, out of nowhere, out of the blue. Not a big fan of that.
I'm not a fan either. I grew up like basically on a mountain, and I still hate the snow. It is just not for me. I don't like the cold. I'm such a wimp. Yeah, so it's not it. Coming up on SUTV, we have more on SU women's basketball and national sports news.
Stay tuned.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think. Billy!
Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
Hey, welcome to SUU TV Sports. I'm Gabe Small. On Monday, March 4th, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds hosted the Brigham Young University Cougars in gymnastics, but one gymnast really left her mark on the program.
all around every week.
This last Monday, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds faced off against Brigham Young University in gymnastics. Although it was a close affair, the Thunderbirds came out on top with a score of 197.125. One standout from the meet was Nia Randolph, who boasted an impressive all-around score of 39.6, setting the standard for both the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation and the Southern Utah record books.
We kind of knew this was an eventuality for Nia. She's that good on everything. And up till this point, she'd pick one event, just kind of mess up a little bit on, but not tonight. She looked pretty solid everywhere, and I'm so proud of that kid. She's been knocking on that door for a while. And now,
while she has already set the record for both the MPSF and for SUU, freshman Nia Randolph is very excited about her future here at SUU.
I'm so excited for my future here. Being just a freshman, I know this team can grow a lot more, and we all can just build together, and yeah, next 4 years will be great.
If you want to keep up to date on SUU Gymnastics, follow SUU Gymnastics on Instagram. With SUTV News, I'm Gabriel Small. The SUU women's basketball team had their season come to a close in the opening round of the Western Athletic Conference tournament, where they fell to UT Arlington 67-53. Graduate student Alexa Lord ended her career with a bang, recording a double-double with 14 points and 13 rebounds. SUU softball announced that their weekend series against Stephen F. Austin had been moved to Desert Hills High School in St. George due to inclement weather. They'll play a doubleheader Friday against the Lady Jacks with games at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. as well as a game on Saturday at 2. For the men's indoor track team, SUU had 2 athletes earn All-American honors with Isaiah Labra in the mile and Ashley Davis in the triple jump. Looking at national sports news, DePaul hired former Ohio State head coach Chris Holtmann as their new head coach. During his time at Ohio State, Holtmann led the Buckeyes to a 247-166 record. North Carolina, however, continued their redemption season today with a 92-67 win over Florida State in the ACC quarterfinals. The Tar Heels were led by guard R.J. Davis, who finished with 18 points on 7 of 15 of shooting. Dallas Mavericks player Daniel Gafford is 3 made shots away from making NBA history by making the consecutive made shots record set by Wilt Chamberlain in 1967. Gafford sits at 33 consecutive made shots and has an opportunity to break the record tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's all we have for today. I'm SUTV Sports, he says. From SUTV Sports, I'm Gabe Small.
Thanks for the update, Gabe. Bryson, have you played any sports before?
It's been a while since I've played any. When I was a kid, I would do basketball a little bit. I did that like beginning of junior high type era. And then when I was in high school, I took like a tennis class, but didn't ever stick with it very long. But I am pretty proud that my tennis swing was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
I could smack that ball. It was pretty great.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. Well, next time we'll talk about things happening on campus.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Lily Brunson. Chick-fil-A is located in the Sharwin Smith Student Center and feeds members of the SUU student population every day. SUTV went to learn more about this campus staple. SUU's favorite on-campus dining option is Chick-fil-A. The popular fast food chain known for their chicken, lemonade, and milkshakes is frequented by students every day. Chick-fil-A team lead Kylie Gale helps feed these hungry students and create a friendly and fast-paced atmosphere.
It's just got a really great atmosphere, one of the best work atmospheres I've ever worked in. Everyone's always more like a family than a team. We love working well together and communicating with each other, and there's just always this really fun, lighthearted, happy energy around us.
T-Birds love their Chick-fil-A, and campus dining services even has a meal plan option that is exclusive to the restaurant. With few on-campus options for a meal between classes, there's almost always a line.
Usually when I'm here I get the #1 deluxe without pickles, but today I try not to spend as much money and just kind of study pick-me-up, so just fries and an ice cream cone.
Students looking for a midday treat on campus have limited options. One student hopes that dining services will eventually expand.
I wish that there was Taco Bell, I wish that there was Wendy's, McDonald's.
Until then, T-Birds will continue enjoying Chick-fil-A for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For SUTV News, I'm Lily Brunson.
There are soda shops aplenty all around Cedar City, but up Highway 130 past the bowling alley in Enoch lies one of the area's lesser-known soda establishments. The Big Sipper recently received a minor overhaul and offers numerous out-of-this-world specialties such as the Sunbeam and the Shooting Star. Want to add some taste to your water? Try one of the Planet Hydrate waters such as the Zero Gravity. Be sure to give one of the gourmet popcorns a try as well. The Big Sipper might be a little bit out of the way, but this outer space-inspired soda shop is well worth the blast off to Enoch.
Cedar City residents are already going bananas for the newest treat shop in town. Dippers serves frozen delights in the form of chocolate-dipped bananas with toppings of all shapes and varieties. Run by local SUU students and siblings, Olivia and Ian Small, Dippers got started with a booth at the Cedar City Farmers Market. On January 30th, the duo opened up their official location and was met with an incredible reception. Dippers is located at 18 North, 100 West, across from the Johnson Center here in Cedar City, and welcomes all in their new adventure.
Well, on the topic of our diverse student body, SU students were treated to fun International Food and Festival Night on campus. Students were able to go on a culinary and cultural journey around the world. Without even leaving Cedar City, attendees visited countries like Japan and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Each booth was a gateway to different corners of the globe, offering authentic dishes, traditional drinks, and arts and crafts. Each item reflected the rich tapestry of the different cultures present. There was something there for everyone to enjoy. There was even live entertainment from the Pacific Islander Student Association. This night was a true melting pot of cultures, where people from all walks of life came together to share in the joy of food and connection. The International Food and Festival Night was a celebration of diversity, unity, and the universally loved language of food.
It's free food, so everyone's like, oh, we love free food. And then you can meet so many people, and you can also get to know the culture about all the countries that we're putting food for. So I think it's just amazing because it helps people opening about internationally, what are the culture, what food are people eating in which countries, and I think it's a great event.
There's nothing on the teleprompter.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Well, you know, we're kind of
sorry about that,
getting a little bit crazy. It's all the snow.
It's all the snow. It's
the
going
snow
to our
be throwing
heads.
everybody off.
Have you heard of whiteout? It can make your eyes actually go crazy from looking at too much snow on the ground.
Really?
Yeah, it can kind of put a green cast over everything. Very interesting thing.
You know,
That's what's happening
PSA
here.
for you. Don't be staring too
Yep.
long at the snow. It just gets a little bit too crazy.
But
anyways, thanks for tuning in, and that's all we have for you. I'm Bryson Olson.
I'm Lily Brunson.
I'm Gabe Small.
And I'm Christina Schweiss. Tune in next week for more.
Go Birds!
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie.
Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.